Welcome to GearCheckGames. This is part 2 of our commentary for The Legend of Zelda: The Wind Waker. Last time we got the adventure started with some just kind of poking around the island, and
where'd a pot go?
But a big old bird showed up, and we gotta go find something to fight it off with. Luckily, this lady's teaching us how to throw rocks at people. So,
do you think the bird scared her so bad that she dropped her pot on the ground?
Aw, that makes me sad.
That was her
Here's a new pot. Here's a new pot for you, lady.
Wow, you just hit her straight in the face. What if she actually just like just went like and fell on the ground and just like poofed away? Just the Wind Waker poof.
Never appears again. There's just like a rupee where she
she drops one of those little like the little swirly loot balls, and you can't break it open because you don't have a sword yet.
It just smash cuts to the scene of Link like waving goodbye on the pirate ship.
Yeah, she just drops an ethereal pot,
but with like a slowed down, like crappily played version of that song.
How would you react if you came back to this island later and she was just gone and there was just like a pot sitting on the path? Just no explanation. What would you think happened?
I think my game was haunted. I knew I shouldn't have bought it from Bootstrap Bill.
It's her Horcrux.
So anyway,
see, I would think that the pot was like the pot was the real creature, and she was just carrying it around.
It's like a parasite on her head.
Yeah, and she just disappeared.
I used to be a normal lady before the pot days.
So is this the training montage?
No, it's not nearly long and drawn out enough.
Where's Rocky when you need him?
You're the best.
Actually,
around.
Now that I think about it, as far as I recall, this was the first Zelda game I played where there was like a formal, mandatory sword tutorial.
I mean, wasn't this the first Zelda game you played?
Well, no, I mean, like, I've gone back and played other ones, but, that were released before this, but I don't think, because in Zelda 1, 2, Link to the Past, Link's Awakening, Ocarina, and Majora, you just find the sword, like, you're never, like, taught how to use all your different moves. I guess Majora had that one, like, optional training area.
Optional? What area is that?
Oh, even back in these days, Nintendo characters are issuing cease and desists.
Yeah, and we haven't even uploaded this. Well, I guess we have by the point you're listening to this wonderful commentary.
In the future.
Yeah.
So I was gonna say last time, coming back and watching this opening section, I realized I feel like this island is a better... It's definitely more... what is it? Like, it feels more like a real place, obviously, than, say, the Kokiri Forest. And it's got more varied NPCs and everything. But on the... I noticed that this place also has kind of the whole, like, playground aspect where you go around and explore the different mechanics of the game and are rewarded with rupees.
Like so?
In most cases.
Yeah, but I feel like the way that Outset Island is set... I feel like the way that Outset Island is set up, I don't know, it just isn't quite as enticing to go and explore the playground elements or whatever. Whereas, I don't know, because it's like... I think it might be because, you look around here and the playground elements are more, what's the word I'm looking for?
Well, you can see all of it all at once. Like, when you're in the forest, there's kind of, like, you don't know what's beyond, like, the trees.
Yeah, well, I'm talking more about, like, crawling under porches and beds and climbing up on roofs to find secret entrances to houses. And I feel like weirdly enough, those kind of elements might feel less enticing to me, at least, because they're contextualized a lot better, I guess. So, like, you look at a building, and you just kind of see it as a building. But whereas the Kokiri Forest had just, like, little areas that looked like, I mean, stuff you'd find in a playground, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
So that kind of made me feel like, man, I want to jump around on that and that kind of stuff.
Jump.
But I do
jump
feel
around.
like this is much more successful with contextualizing those elements.
Well, I'll say as a tutorial anyway, it's a lot more successful than the subsequent 3D Zelda games, barring Breath of the Wild, of course,
yeah.
because
this
I took a good 25 minutes to like get to the first like bit of story in the last part. I don't know what's going on here. I think I got stuck on some geometry.
You know, Joe, 25 minutes is better than 3 hours.
Yeah, I'm with you there.
Yeah, this was the
like,
start of like making or forcing the player to do tutorial stuff in the Zelda series. And
But,
fortunately, they started it out slowly.
Well, yeah, the vast majority of what I showed in the last part, as far as like stuff around the village goes, was optional. Like, I didn't have to go and talk to Orca yet, or the like the old wise man, or do the stuff with the pigs. Like, that's all just stuff like, hey, here's a game mechanic.
Yeah.
Like, master it, get a couple rupees.
And they just have,
You know, not like in Twilight Princess, where they have to train you on like herding goats on horseback twice.
You know, something you'll definitely use the rest of the game.
Something that doesn't become available for like the next 5 hours of gameplay.
Don't they also teach you how to do sumo super early in that game?
Yes.
I think there's a little optional event where you can like sumo wrestle a goat that's like escaping from the pen. But
Yeah.
by the way,
I don't remember
for
if it's
the
optional.
sake of the viewers, I still like Twilight Princess. I think it's a great game, but it's, you know, no game is perfect, and
Just
Funny
don't
how-
play HD.
It's funny how Baby's first Zelda game has the minimal tutorial, or the minimalistic tutorial, and the big scary dark Zelda game for grown adults has the 3-hour tutorial that holds your hand.
yeah. And the overall easier, difficult. Well, I guess this game's pretty easy too, but
Yeah.
like.
Like you said, everyone hates his clothes.
Yeah, what's their beef anyway? Look at the way the wind blows my hat around in real time. How are you not impressed by that? That was amazing on the GameCube. On the Wii U, not so much, but who's counting?
That guy was like, "Hey, boss noticed me." Oh shit!
And now he's getting a very close look at his wrist. Okay, no, he's not.
Is that a tattoo or is like chest hair?
I think it's a tattoo.
See, that's the great thing. You get to use your imagination.
It's time to go to Imagination Land. Oh
Just
man,
don't stare at it for too long. You'll get drawn
Oh
in.
yeah, this was always one of my favorite cutscenes in the game.
Yeah, I hate this little girl, right?
is this where your
I'm
sister
glad
dies?
she got kidnapped.
As she falls through that one missing board in the bridge.
What an
I think-
idiot!
I forget which one of my. Actually, I think it was my sister. I was trying to get her into this game, unsuccessfully, I might add, a while back. And as soon as this scene started, she was just like, "Oh no, the bird's gonna grab the little girl, isn't it?" I was like, "Just watch and see what happens." But the answer is yes. I don't know. I know I'm very biased, and I have a lot of affection for this game, but this scene still kind of gets me.
Aww.
Well, it's especially the one, this and the one where he's like waving goodbye to his grandma, like
Yeah.
as they sail away.
This game has a lot of
Tetra's-
good cutscenes.
Yeah.
I like that Tetra's not completely heartless because she like unthinkingly saved him.
Yeah. Well, and here she's like, well, after some goading from the postman, she's willing to help him out.
Yeah.
Good
I
old
like
postman.
that they're pirates. They're kind of like the pirates that don't do anything. They're kind of just like, leave us alone. Also, fuck that bird. Or, oops.
Oops.
He's trying his best.
This is a kid's game. Don't say the cuss words.
Yeah, it's rated E for ew. As in ew, I just noticed that his lips are separate from his beak.
Rated
they're like
E for eyesore.
Yeah, I mean, I wasn't gonna say anything about all the bloom lighting, but since you brought it up,
I like. Well, not.
Look at Nico over there. He looks squished.
What is this? A fisheye lens? Some really avant-garde camera work going on in this game.
Like, so the Rito have lips that are separate from their beak, but they also got hands separate from their wings.
Yes.
Which is not how birds work.
Yes.
Hey, the more limbs, the better.
All right, Machoke fans out there.
Mm.
Yeah. And this is the part where I was, oh yeah, I wanted to talk to Nico.
Hey, Shrimplet. Wow.
Hey, Nico, let's go bowling.
Nico, no cursing.
Nico.
Nico, nope.
Wait, how do you get up? Oh, the bird. You gotta use the poi
Yeah.
pair.
Yeah, and as you can see, I'm using the amazing Wii U gamepad to play this game.
Do you have to use motion here?
No, you don't have to use I think the only time you ever use motion in this game is for first-person aiming, which is like, I don't care what
Far
anyone
superior
says,
to
vastly
control
better
stick
than
aiming.
using a control stick. Yeah, absolutely. Honestly, if you have Wind Waker HD and you're not playing using the gamepad, you're missing out.
So is that kind of how like playing Breath of the Wild is on the Switch?
Oops.
Like you can use stick aiming, but it's just worse.
Yeah, I don't know how people do it. I'm terrible at first-person shooters, like full disclosure, but
yeah,
I don't know. It just seems so horribly imprecise. But like Splatoon, I can play.
You're also bad at seagull simulators.
Well, I'm okay. To clarify what's going on here.
I just swear, officer, I'm not drunk.
The seagull's been getting into the
What was in that pear?
whatever these people drink and then discard.
You fed a fermented pear.
What was?
Let it sit a little too long and Beetle's ship.
He just put like a discount sticker on it to cover up the expiration date.
It's not bad, but it's not good either.
Yeah, he warned us.
It's like an
But
avocado.
what was happening with the seagull back there? For some reason, there's like an arbitrary height limit on the seagull.
Oh yeah.
Unless you fly on top of geometry and like use the geometry to like force yourself upwards. So normally I couldn't fly up to that area where I was, like with the seagull alone, but using the geometry I could kind of just push myself up. It's weird. I don't know why they... Well, they probably did it so you can't like fly outside the skybox, but like why wouldn't they put the skybox like above all of the explorable, because like that's the only way to get those rupees, like unless you have the Deku leaf, which we won't be getting for like days.
Does the Deku leaf have Midoriya's face on it?
Shut up.
Maybe if you're a member of the modding community.
Although
anything's
I tell
possible.
you to shut up, but this whole time I've been having My Hero Academia in the back of my mind because I've been binge watching that lately. Yeah.
So I choose not to get this treasure chest because I'd rather pick it up later when I have more wallet space. Because spoiler alert, that's like 200 rupees in there.
Yep.
Oh my! Do those
And
not
as you can see,
respawn?
we've already got plenty. Yeah, they don't respawn once you grab them the first time.
Oh,
You know, the seagull parts were always made me want to, they always made me want, like, a version of this game where you could play as a Rito.
Oh, yeah. Well,
Just
you
fly
can,
around.
Briefly, in one dungeon.
Well, I mean, in the overworld.
Yeah.
I guess maybe you could hack the game or something to play as Medley outside of the dungeon.
The Legend of Medley.
Probably couldn't, do things like ride the boat or anything, though.
Oh,
See, like inside here, we were talking about the lighting earlier. Inside here, okay, not there because he's like right up against the light source, but like down here, like it looks just like the original game. Like the shadows are like nice and defined. This looks really good. But like every time you get close to like a strong point of light, like you see all like the detail in the shadows, and it's just gross.
Oh, whoa. That's really detailed.
You can see every wrinkle on her face.
The gargoyle on this shield is exactly 7 polygons.
And Link comes to the horrific realization. This music that's playing right now is like one of, I want to say like 3 songs that Koji Kondo wrote for this game. This and like the opening demo, like tapestry sequence.
I wonder if they do that just to keep him on payroll, because they're like, listen, if anyone else gets this guy, we're boned.
maybe he was just like, or maybe like because I think the sound director for this game was the Pikmin composer, Hajime Wakai.
Oh.
Maybe he wrote something and Kondo was just like, nah, man, let me show you how it's done.
You broke all of her pots, you monster!
Well, I had to add some comic relief to this dour scene. I'll never forget you, Grandma.
And you'll never forget me. And I'll make sure of it.
Parting gift. One last mess to clean up.
You're gonna need to go to the JCPenney home store after this.
Decrepit old shield. I think it's rather fashionable.
Listen, Tetra, I'm gonna put this shield right in your face.
Well, you'll have to once we get to the first quote-unquote dungeon, because, well,
Yeah,
I suppose we'll cross that bridge when we get to it, but love this music.
Yep.
Will you stop hitting that gong? I'm trying to listen to the music.
Did they redo the soundtrack for this game?
Okay, they redid certain songs, but, I don't know, it's weird, like, if they were gonna redo anything, like, why didn't they just redo everything? And I'm of the opinion that the original soundtrack still sounds fine, and, like, it didn't need to be updated. And also, in general, that when you re-release a game, you should offer players the option to experience it like the original, everything in, like, more or less its original form. But, I don't know. I'm not bothered by, like, the updated music. It's just kind of a logistical thing.
Let me counteract that statement with the Kingdom Hearts 1.5, 2.5, and FFX remakes have amazing redone soundtracks.
Well, yeah, I completely agree, but I also think they should have included the option to listen to the original soundtrack instead. You know, just for the sake of preservation. But
I'd say Kingdom Hearts has some of the songs are much better redone, and some of them I still prefer the original. I don't know, like they have more impact or something with the older instrumentation or whatever.
Well, that's fair. More Wind Waker on Friday.